Year, what's going on, team? My bad for the late start to tonight's session. We'll give everybody till 8 p.m. and then we will get started. Hope everyone has had a good day so far. If anybody has any questions about any pairs at all, let me know. Any specific breakdown you guys want me to do, let me know. Any trades you guys took today that you want me to go over, whether they were winning trades or losing trades, let me know. For me personally, again, it was a very slow morning. Um, Nothing was really left during the NYC session. Tomorrow morning, I'm picking up E from the airport, so I will not be doing a live trading session. He gets in at 9, so what I'm thinking about doing is just, doing the regular wake up at 5:30, look at the charts. If there's anything to trade, I'll turn the stream on, and we'll just go on from there until I have to go and pick them up. If there's nothing to trade, then obviously I'll let you guys know in the Discord chat before anything else that hey, there's no trades, no stream for today. Um, and today's Wednesday, right? I'm kind of tweaking. I thought today was Tuesday for some reason. Um, there's really not a lot different on the charts from what we've been talking about for the last 2 weeks or so. With that being said, today's session I'm gonna do it pretty quick, especially since I started late. I know I'm gonna give everybody the opportunity to, watch the recording and make sure I do it quick. Just pretty much going down the 30-minute time frame. We already know there's nothing on the 4 hour. We know there's nothing on the daily. Um, so we'll just go to the 30-minute, man. If we have any continuations, then we'll go on from that. If there's anything that we have to talk about that we haven't talked about this entire week, then we'll do that. But just because it's a quick session, I had somebody message me like, I don't like the quick sessions because I feel like I'm missing out a lot. But the days and the times that I tell you guys we're just gonna do a quick session and I just do a 30-minute time frame, it's because everything that I'm gonna talk about on the daily and the 4 hour, we talked about it in yesterday's isolation session, for example. We talked about it on Monday's isolation session. We talked about it on Sunday's weekly market breakdown. We talked about it last week, right? If you really want to go back and watch the recordings from the previous days, you guys will see that again everything has been the same for the last couple days, right? So I'm not gonna waste my time saying the same thing over and over again, but it's not because it's not important, right? I want you guys to really jam it in your heads that trading really is the same thing every single day, right? Every single day, trading should be the same thing because you're looking for your system, right? And in order for your system to play out, the same things have to happen over and over and over again, right? So we'll give everybody another 30 seconds. We'll start at the 7-minute mark on the stream. Just give everybody the opportunity to join. I already posted the link on X, posted it on Discord, messaged everybody that we were live. So, excuse me, guys. All right, so let's get started. So AU, we know that we're still looking for a lower high point to be set on the overall time frame, on the higher time frames, right? The daily and the 4 hour. So we'll wait it out. Again, though, we're on the 800 EMA. We respected the 800 EMA on the 5-minute time frame. We had lower low, lower high, lower low, change of character, higher high, higher low, break of structure, higher highs. So right now we're in an overall uptrend when we're looking at price action. AUD CAD also giving us these counter trend pushes back to the top side. Price ended up giving us another higher high point, right? We had higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and now we have this higher high up here. So AUD CAD very similar to AU. As soon as we start downtrending, as soon as we start seeing lower lows and lower highs, that's when I'll start trading it. For right now, price is still giving us higher highs and higher lows, so we just gotta be a little patient. Wait for price to start moving in our direction, and then we will start trading it. there was a lot of nonsense on X these last couple days, right? Uh, and I don't even want to get into it, but supposedly some guy trading 24 million on GU. I don't know, man. I think I've been in the community. I've been. I don't even want to say the community, but I think I've been a trader for a good amount of time now that I could call out some bullshit. But I also don't care enough to tweet at people. Right, for EA, once again, I'm just updating the 30-minute time frame, guys. EA is still counter trending, but we also know that EA is at a previous high that we rejected, which we rejected again on the daily time frame. So just waiting for valid breaks on top of the fact that we're waiting for valid breaks of these highs. We're also just waiting for price to start giving us higher highs and higher lows, and we're still just making lower lows and lower highs. So just gonna be patient. EuroCAD is in peak high territory, so I will not be trading EuroCAD. So we could just skip this one, go to the next one. EURUSD, right? I would love for price for EU to continue this trend to the top side, right? And it's like what I wanted to explain on that other trade. That person that took these trades on GU going long, in an area where price is just consolidating, right? If we kind of just look at GU and EU, like what is price doing, right? We're just consolidating. So this is an area where you're putting yourself in a situation where, okay, you could take a trade, and let's say that the trade entry followed your system, right? If you're not aware of where you're trading, again, if you're not aware that this is a zone of consolidation, you might think that that trade that you took here in the middle of the zone of consolidation, if it followed your system, even if it didn't, right? If you just took a trade here, you think, oh, price is gonna go right back to the top side, right? But once you start seeing that you're in a zone of consolidation, it's just like, why would you put yourself in a situation to have a gambling trade open on your account, right? Because let's say that in the zone of consolidation, price just shoots up back to the top side. It's like, could that happen? Absolutely. But at the same time, price could as well just shoot down to the bottom and go to the bottom of the zone of consolidation. And that's what you guys always see me say, like, the only place I'll take a trade in a zone of consolidation when price is moving sideways, I'm only looking to take trades at the bottom going back to the top, right? If we get the inducements or rejection of the highs, then we know we could take these trades from the top going back down to the bottom. And we know that the same thing, if price gives you an inducement, right? If it doesn't give you a valid break of the bottom, you know you could take the trade back to the top side of the zone of consolidation. Right? So just looking at the market behavior here, it's like internal time frame even showed you lower low, lower low, equal high here. It never gave us a valid break. So for us to sit here and say that this is gonna be a good position here to take the trade going long, it doesn't make sense. Right? If price would have given us a valid break of these highs here and then would have given us a pullback, then it would have been like, okay, yeah, we know we could take these trades, at least up to these highs up here. And look for the same thing. If price gives us a valid break of these highs, we know we could take these trades back to continue that push to the top side. But if price gives us an inducement of the high, we know that we could take these trades back down to the bottom of the zone of consolidation. So it's really just like understanding the area that you're trading in and why, right? Why is it that you're looking for what you're looking for, right? There's always a reason why. There's always a reason why you win a trade. There's always a reason why you lose a trade, right? So it's similar for us. Like there's a reason why I stay out of the markets in these type of situations because it's again a zone of consolidation really is a 50-50 zone, right? Again, unless you're getting entries at the bottom or at the top of the zone of consolidation, then taking anything else, right? Taking an entry at the middle of the zone of consolidation, you're getting yourself into shallow waters for no reason, right? Because again, what is a zone of consolidation? What's the definition? A zone of consolidation is an area in the market where the market makers are trapping traders. They're inducing traders to get into a trade to hit their stop losses, right? That's what a zone of consolidation is. A consolidation zone isn't just, oh, sideways movement. Okay, yes, it's sideways movement, but why? What is happening inside of that zone, right? So as you guys could see, I mean, we just kind of went through all these pairs. Like, they're all trading in the exact same area. They're all reacting the same exact way. It's just trap moves after trap moves. Like, if you're trading Asia session or London session, right? If you're trading Asia going into London, the end of London going into NYC, like, you're thinking price is just going to continue this downtrend push. Gives you the exhaustion candle, then pushes back to the top side, right? It depends on what type of style of trader you are. You're probably looking at this as a bearish flag post pattern, right? Straight to stop loss, right? So there's a whole bunch of rules that are being disrespected on the markets and on the charts. So it's really just about being patient, guys. There's nothing more to it. There's nothing less. You know, you see all these traders who would love to not, be on a win streak and not lose, but it's not obtainable for them. And it's not that it's not obtainable because it's difficult, it's just a lack of information. And the one guy I will name drop is FX Alex G, because he's one that's been pretty active on X now all of a sudden, right? It's that time of the year where people need to have some cash, so he needs to start promoting that he's trading. So then in a week or two, he'll start promoting his mentorship, and then you guys are buying mentorship programs for $1,000, $2,000 for somebody who's not even gonna speak to you. But whatever, that's besides the case, right? You look at the trades that he takes, and it's not bad trades, right? It's not horrible trades. The problem is the areas that he's taking the trade. Why are you not cashing out when you need to cash out in, right? And I'm gonna call it out because I'm saying it how it is. I think I've been in this game for a good amount of time, right? Especially, well, I think 3 years now of just trading every single day on YouTube. Whatever people want to say, hey man, my streams are there. Go look at how I trade. It's all there. It's all there, right? Take GCAD cells, which weren't bad. Like, this is what I'm trying to figure out is you take cells, right? So let's put it in perspective. Let's talk about where we're at, right? So similar to what we were just talking about on GU, right? What is GCAD? Where are we? We're in a zone of consolidation, right? This is the middle of the zone of consolidation, right? So once we start seeing, all right, we're in the middle of the zone of consolidation. We know that all of these trades in the middle are all 50-50. They're all low probability trades, right? But let's just go dive deep into where his entry was. So he had two different entries. He had a short position at entry price was 86116. What the fuck? Alright, hold on. This is 4 p.m. Yo, I don't even know what to say. And the reason why I'm just not sure on what to say about this is just simply we're taking trades off of impulse moves. Meaning, first and foremost, you guys will say where his TP is at. Just put it in perspective. He has a $90 lot size. He has two trades open. And let's do this as well. Profit levels was, well, not profit level, but where price was at. So you guys could see 85445. Like uh, I'm gonna be nauseous. There's no way this is real. No, oh, there's something wrong. Entry price was 86116. 86116 and then 854455445. Nah, man. There's no way that's real. Hold on. Cause if this is real, bro, like, yo, these guys deserve jail time. Let's do this the right way real quick. Let me go here, zoom out. Alright. Short position. 8-6. Okay, so I don't have, that's not today. So this had to have been an entry taken yesterday. Right? This trade had to have been made, or had to have been taken somewhere up here. Right? Okay, so this would make a lot more sense. I was about to say, there's no way. Okay, but let's talk about the trade. So 8-6, somewhere in this area, right? Fuck it. Let's say that this was the trade, right? So that means that he was up all of this. Let's just maintain our vision on one place, which is you took a trade at the top, right? Price went all the way down. Middle of the zone of consolidation, once again. What do you think the behavior of the market is going to be, right? We don't even have to talk about the 800 EMA. We don't. Let's just talk about the 30-minute time frame. Once price went right back down to that middle of the zone of consolidation, right? What did price do? It went down, came up, gave you another retest, gave you an exhaustion candle. That's it. That's your place to get the fuck up out of that trade. That's it. But again, these are all things that we talk about every single day on the charts. Nothing new. It's nothing new. It's not like I'm saying this in hindsight. It's not like I'm saying this, because hindsight would have never been a thing for us there. Because we look at STP, we look at ADR, we would have been out of that trade already. We would have cashed out. And instead of him cashing out at whatever six-figure mark that he was at, he went price. He let price go right back to 40,000, which is still good. Still fantastic. But again, I don't understand that style of trading. But it's not that I don't understand it. Again, it's more like I know that these guys just have lack of information. And if they were to have this type of information, they would be so much better on the charts. So much better. Alright, so US 30 has a nice 2 days of drop, but we have gaps in the market, resets the trend. We have gaps on 3 days in a row. So again, this is still a trade in peak high territory. A pair that's in peak high territory, I'm not going to mess with it. USD CAD failed to give us a new third day push to the top side. Really, again, not really trading USD CAD. USD ZAR just moved sideways today. Really no trend. Gold is continuing this push to the top side. Again, like we were saying yesterday, if price really wants to just continue, it could. Alright, we know we're trading between this higher high and that previous higher low at the bottom. Right, it's our job to just be patient, man. I'm not getting into none of these trades early. We're in peak high territory. right? On the daily time frame, we're looking for a valid break of these highs, which we did get. So technically speaking, we are trading higher high, higher low, higher high. On the 4-hour time frame, we also did get a valid break of structure. So again, we are trading between higher high, higher low, and this higher high. We have 3 weeks of rise already. So again, I'm not really expecting price to continue the push. I am expecting a pullback to happen. You know, we can mark this one up real quick. Let's update this chart, right? So what could we be expecting on gold, right? So let's update our daily and 4-hour highs and lows. All right, let's start with just deleting some of these drawings. It's a lot done. It's a lot here. Right, so first and foremost, daily time frame. We're trading between this daily low, right, and this daily high up here. That's the first thing. On the 4-hour time frame, we're trading between this 4-hour low right, and these 4-hour highs up here, which we still don't have any set 4-hour highs just yet, right? We don't really have a higher high, higher low just yet, or a higher high, I guess you could say. But we'll keep it as that. All right, we know we have 2 weeks of rise, this week being the 3rd week. Perfect. We already know that next week we're expecting price to either move sideways or go down. So, could set up for next week on gold. And then on the 30-minute time frame, we are still trading higher high, higher low, higher high. So, when we look at the daily time frame and the 4-hour time frame lows, you know, we start saying, well, okay, we have a higher high. We know we're looking for a pullback. You know, where could that pullback be? You know, you have your fib traders who might be looking at this as a flag post pattern, right? And if you're a fib trader looking at a flag post pattern, you're looking for price to give you a pullback between 23.6 and 38.2, which I do not believe that's what we're going to get. You have a lot of traders who also use the fib retracement, who are looking for the golden ratio zone between 50% and the 61.8, right? Then you also have another set of traders, which is the support and resistance traders, also use the fib, who also call it the premium and discount, right? Who are looking for a discounted pullback, which is going to be between 78 and 80%, right? What I'm looking at is real data and real clarification as to where price is going to go. The fact that we have these gaps at the bottom of the market, I could already assume that price is going to give us a way steeper pullback than the 38.2 and the 23.6, a steeper pullback than the 50%. And I'm pretty sure we're going to go into that area where a lot of traders would call the discounted area, which is again between the 76 and the 88% retracement on the fib levels. And again, if we just add our fibs so you guys can see that I'm not lying, it's from here to here, right? Between 78.6 and 88. So that is the point where I am going to be looking for price to start giving us that pullback down to. Now, the question you guys may be asking, well, okay, when will price start being ready to look for shorts? As soon as we start seeing lower lows and lower highs is when price will be ready. Right now on every single time frame we're still uptrending. From the daily time frame down to the 5-minute and the 1-minute time frame. Not the 1 minute, but the 5-minute, yes. We are still technically on an uptrend. Higher high, higher low, higher high, price is still trading between that zone. On the 1-minute time frame, we did give a change of character already. Higher low, higher high, boom, lower low, change of character happened here. But on the 5-minute, we're still trading between this higher low here and this higher high. So you want to be patient. As soon as we start seeing price giving us lower lows and lower highs, that's when I'll start looking to take those trades, right? But again, at this moment, I cannot be confident in what I'm seeing on gold. And the reason that is just based on the area that we're trading in, right? We know that if gold goes down, 30 Bitcoin are most likely going to be going up. And truth be told, I'm not comfortable with saying that 30 and Bitcoin are just going to continue these uptrend pushes. I'm really not. There's a lot of news going on, guys. You gotta remember that. Always gotta keep a mind on that. There's a lot of news going on. There's a whole bunch going on right now. Right? We're in talks of being in another war with Venezuela, and that's a gas, right? That's an oil war. We're doing that for oil. With that being said, what is that going to do to US oil? What is that going to do to the US 30? What is that going to do to gold? Alright, so there's just a lot of questions. There's a whole bunch of things going on right now that it's just that's the reason why the markets are moving the way they are. Now, again, that doesn't mean that it's not able to be traded. We could definitely trade it. There's no doubt about that. We could definitely trade it. We just have to be a little bit more selective, right? We just got to be a little bit more aware of the areas that we're trading in to not get faked out. So that's pretty much it as of right now from a top-down analysis on the charts. From the highest time frame to the lowest time frame, I really don't see any pairs that I'm super interested in just yet. Again, we could get a little aggressive with gold. Now that we know we're trading at a higher high, we could be looking for that higher low. But if price wants to continue that push back to the top side, it could definitely do that. I don't really have nothing for USD CAD. I'm not even gonna assume and guess what's happening. US 30 is another one. I would love to say we're looking for a 372 back down to the bottom, but again, this is another pair that I'm just really not expecting anything out of it, man. We're in peak high territory for the last couple days, last couple weeks. We've just been trapping traders the entire time. Just trapping traders, just moving sideways, throwing crazy wicks to the top and bottom sides at every single time of the day. I'm just not gonna be part of that, right? I'm not gonna be part of that, right? Nothing on NU, nothing on GU, nothing on GJ. Just again, huge zones of consolidation. Price is just throwing crazy movements going both ways. It's just not worth it. A lot of people see these big movements and are like, yo, we're missing out on so much bread. And it's like, again, a completely different mindset. You guys are trying to go for home runs once a year. I hit home runs every single time I step up to trade. I'm hitting home runs. So again, it's a different ball game. Like, I'm in these areas where the market makers are just trapping traders and just making you feel like you're missing out on money. Like, I don't need to catch this one move here. Like, our regular moves that we catch on a day-to-day basis are home runs. Talking about 3 pip stop losses for 30-40 pips on a regular forex pair, over 100 pips on US 30 gold GJ. Again, this is I just want to put this up for you guys again, even though this is already in the Discord, and you guys could definitely go keep an eye on this. But I just want to, just for conversation's sake, just remember I have one loss for this year. Just for conversation's sake. Right? Just be aware. Like, every trade we take is a home run trade. Every single pair. Every single time. So, that's the reason why you guys don't see me being a nervous wreck and anxious about, oh, but look at how the markets move this week. Like, I don't care. We're in a zone of consolidation. There's nothing to trade. I'm okay. I'm still spending money from February. I'm okay. Right? So, this is what a realistic journal looks like when you put in the time, when you do your due diligence, and you really sit down and start taking trading seriously. That's how everybody's trading journal could look like. But again, that didn't happen overnight. You guys know my story. I've been started knowing about trading in 2017, 2018. Still in high school. I was 17 years old. Didn't take it serious until 2021, because outside of high school, I was juggling baseball. I was juggling uh, wow, I have a brain fart. What's that called? Different clubs and schools, right? I was had my own business at the time as well. Already at the age of 17, 16, 17 years old. I didn't take trading serious until 2021 When I stopped doing everything, when I decided to stop competing in Call of Duty, I said, all right, I'm done with that. I'm gonna start taking trading serious. So from that point on up until 2020, that was in 2021, 2023, I was trading demo. I was trading small live accounts. So this didn't happen overnight. And even though I wasn't taking trading seriously in 2016, 2017, that doesn't mean I wasn't trading. No, I was still learning. Just wasn't doing it as active as I would want to be, but I was still learning. So when you guys really start putting in the time and you start realizing like, yo, this trading shit doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't. Right? In trading, you're never better than the market makers. You're never better than the next trader. You're never better than the trader that was before you. And you'll never be better than the trader that's after you. Right? You're always a student to the game. And that's a situation that a lot of people have in this space now, because that's something that started happening because of how much social media has started pushing trading. You're never better than anybody. You never know enough. Trading is an always evolving game. It's always something that you have to adapt to every single time. The day that you feel like you're better than somebody else, or you're better than the market makers because, oh, you're finally profitable after X amount of time, that's the day the markets are going to humble you. So that's it, man. Hope everyone has a good rest of your night. If you have any questions, feel free to message me on Discord. I'll give you guys another minute here on the YouTube chat. If you guys have any questions, let me know. If not, that'll be it for today, and we'll be back again tomorrow for the live trading session. Again, remember tomorrow actually E flies in 9 a.m. So I'll let you guys know in the morning if we'll have a session or not. I'll keep you guys posted on that. Seems like you guys are good. Let me check the Discord. No questions in the Discord. We're good. Yeah, we're good in Discord. 15 seconds here in the YouTube chat. Again, let me know if you have any questions. Anything at all. Alright guys, hope you guys have a good rest of your night. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.